What's going on guys, Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about all the Pokemon news that's on the way. So I just woke up today and went on Twitter like I do every morning, and it was so funny because I saw so many tweets about Pokemon, and Pokemon Sword and Shield were trending, so I was like, what's going on? And I decided to go to Nintendo's page, and I see that they announced a Pokemon Direct for next week on June 5th. So that was already crazy, but then I look at the Pokemon page and I see that there's going to be something called the Pokemon Press Conference, which is going to be happening tomorrow, and that's going to be happening and apparently going to have some new information about Pokemon 2. So the crazy thing about all of this was just how it randomly came out of nowhere. I think everybody was expecting Pokemon news to just be present at E3, but then Nintendo just comes in today and they're like, nope, we're going to have a special Pokemon Direct that's going to happen right before E3, and we're even having a special Pokemon press conference tomorrow. And it's just crazy because Nintendo usually announces their Directs like a day or two before they're supposed to happen, but this got announced like 9 or 10 days before. It's going to happen next Wednesday, and then today's Monday and they decided to announce it, and it's Memorial Day here too, which is like a holiday. A lot of people are off, and usually businesses and companies don't post on this day, so it was just all so random and it all decided to go down. But yeah, it seems like we're going to be getting a lot of Pokemon news in the coming days. And so in this video, I'm going to give you guys all of my predictions for the Pokemon Direct as well as the upcoming Pokemon press conference, and then we'll also take a look at some of your predictions because I did ask you guys on Twitter. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that I think we should talk about is the big one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to, and that's the Pokemon Direct that's going to be happening next week. So if you want my predictions for what I think is going to be in that Pokemon Direct, I think that the first thing that we're probably going to see is we're definitely going to get the box art revealed for the game. I think that this is something that we pretty much need to know. Like, we still don't know what the boxes of Pokemon Sword and Shield are going to look like, so I think that that's one thing that we're probably going to see. It might not be in like the actual Direct, but I think definitely afterwards when they like update the website and all of that, it'll probably be there. The second thing on here goes along with the box art, and that's the legendary Pokemon. We still don't know what the legendary Pokemon of the Galar region are going to be like. I think it might have to do with like the wolves that are on the logo for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but we still don't know what these legendary Pokemon are going to be like, and so they're probably going to show those for the first time. We'll definitely see those, and those are definitely going to be on the cover of the games. The next thing that I have here are the characters. We still don't know about any of the significant characters inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield, so I'm sure they're probably going to talk a little bit about like the professor, for example. We're probably going to get the name of the professor, what they're studying about in the region, and then we'll also probably get to see a little bit about your rival as well, and I'm hoping and praying that the rival has the cocky, arrogant type of attitude that rivals really haven't had in so long. I really don't want a friendly How type of rival again, so I hope that that turns out to be the case. We could get a glimpse at some of the other characters in the game, such as the gym leaders or like the evil team, but I think that they might be wanting to save that for a little later. Maybe they could show it at E3, or they're just going to save it for later so that they can have more information to share. I don't think that they're going to dump like all the significant characters obviously inside of this Direct. The next thing on here is obviously some new Pokemon. We're definitely going to get to see some brand new Generation 8 Pokemon for the first time, and so I'm pretty sure that the Pokemon they're going to show us are going to be like the early Pokemon that you find right in the beginning of the game. We're probably going to get to see like the early rodent Pokemon, like the Rattata, Bidoof / Patrat of the region. We're probably going to see that Pokemon. We're also probably going to see like the early bird Pokemon, like the Pidgey / Starly / Pidove of the region. And then we're also probably going to see like the early bug Pokemon, like Caterpie, Wurmple, Suwaddle, that type of Pokemon as well. So I think that those types of Pokemon are pretty much guaranteed to be shown in this Direct. The next thing that I have on here is something about the gyms, and so we do know that gyms are going to be inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. That was in the original Direct when they revealed them, but we also know that they're going to be a little bit different. We can kind of see that from the design that they have inside of the game. They're kind of more built like stadiums, and so they're definitely going to be a little different. And some of you guys might even remember that the Nintendo of America Twitter account actually put out a tweet talking about gyms inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they referred to the gym leaders as gym masters, and they actually deleted this tweet because once Cerebi and a lot of other news outlets started covering it, I think they realized they weren't supposed to talk about this, so they deleted that tweet, but I do have a screenshot of it and I'll put it up on screen for you guys. And so if there are going to be gym masters inside of Sword and Shield, I think that that's probably something that they could talk about a little bit inside of the Direct. And the last thing that I have on here is maybe something about a new gameplay mechanic that could be implemented into the 8th generation. We have seen that recently with new generations, Game Freak likes to put a new gameplay mechanic inside of their games. Obviously with the 6th generation in Pokemon X and Y, we got Mega Evolutions, and then with Pokemon Sun and Moon and the 7th generation, we got Z-moves, so maybe there could be some new gameplay mechanic that's going to be inside of this game that they could show off or tease a little bit inside of the Direct. And there is a symbol on the logos for Pokemon Sword and Shield. It kind of looks like a Pokeball, but it's red and blue, and we don't know exactly what this is for, so maybe they could talk a little bit about this symbol or give like a little hint or tease as to what it could be for inside of the Direct. And so that's going to do it for all of my predictions for the upcoming Pokemon Direct, but now I want to talk to you guys about my predictions for what we could get inside of the Pokemon press conference, which is going to be happening tomorrow. Now from the Pokemon press conferences that we've seen in the past, it looks like that they like to focus on the mobile games inside of these conferences. The one that happened a few years ago revealed Pokemon Go for the first time, and the one that we got last year revealed Pokemon Quest, as well as Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And so with the press conference tomorrow, I think that there is a chance that we could see a brand new mobile game, and Nintendo is working with their partnership with DNA right now to create some brand new mobile games, and there is one that they are working on with the Pokemon company, so we could probably see what that brand new project is. The next prediction that I have is maybe they could do some updates to some of the already existing Pokemon games, and of course the big one that comes to mind is Pokemon Go, and I don't play Pokemon Go anymore, but I did ask some people in my Discord, and it seems that the most recent generation for Pokemon Go right now is Generation 4, so maybe they could introduce the 5th generation for the first time inside of Pokemon Go at this press conference. And there are a few other mobile games that they could do updates for. There is Magikarp Jump, which is a pretty cool game that came out last year, so maybe they could do some big update for Magikarp Jump, and then there's also Pokemon Duel, so they could do some updates to some of these games that are already out. And finally, the last prediction that I have for what they could show in this Pokemon press conference is some Pokemon spin-offs. Now there's actually a lot of spin-offs that they could do, and there's a lot of Pokemon spin-offs that I'd be interested in. So the first one that I have here is a Detective Pikachu port. I mean, we already know that it's on the 3DS, and the movie is doing really well right now. A lot of people have gone and seen it, so I think that it would be right for them to put Detective Pikachu on the Switch. I think a lot of people would try it out and see what the video game is like after playing or after watching the movie, so that would make a lot of sense. The other one that I know a lot of people want is a Mystery Dungeon game. We haven't had a Mystery Dungeon game since like 2015, I think, and even though I don't play the Mystery Dungeon games that much, like they just don't seem like my type of game, I think that that would still be a really good game to have on the Switch. At least having an HD Mystery Dungeon game would be amazing. So that's there. The next one that I have is just maybe a port or like a sequel of some other really popular games. Like the one that comes to my mind is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Now this was a really good game back on the GameCube. I don't know if they would port it onto the Switch or if they would give a sequel for it, but either or, if any of those happen, I would be very surprised and very happy. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Pokemon Conquest is also another one. They could port that to Switch or give a sequel for it or something like that. Pokemon Battle Revolution, if they're gonna give like a new Battle Revolution type of game, or port the one from like the one on the Wii, I think, if they port that one over but add like all of the Pokemon up until Generation 8, that would be really cool as well. Maybe Pokepark 3, that would be like one of the best things if that actually happened. If you guys ever played the Pokepark games on the Wii, those were so much fun. Like I actually played through those and I had a ton of fun playing them. So if we actually got like a brand new Pokepark game, that would be so much fun. Like I would definitely buy that game. So Pokepark is one of them. Pokemon Snap is also one that I know a lot of people would love to see, and even with Pokemon Snap and how they have like the Nintendo Labo VR now, they could definitely do something with that where like you could actually put the Labo VR and use that for Pokemon Snap. There's a lot of potential for what they could do with that. And then the last one I have is Pokemon Stadium or Coliseum, which also would be amazing if we got a brand new one or if they just ported one onto the Switch. Now I tweeted about this on my Twitter as well. I asked you guys what your predictions were for the upcoming Pokemon conference as well as the Pokemon Direct, so let's take a look at some of your responses. Alright, so my dude Slow Speed Run is here saying for the press conference, I'm kind of hoping for some new side game announcements, really hoping that Pokemon Snap 2 will be a thing. And then for the Direct, I think we will learn about some of the basic features of Galar, and right at the end we will get a legendary tease or a reveal. And I think that this is pretty fair to expect. For the press conference, probably some type of side game announcement or like a spin-off. I think that just makes the most sense. Maybe something for the apps like I said before. And then for the Direct, I think it just makes sense to learn some basic things about Galar. We're probably gonna like learn about the professor and stuff like that. And then at the end we might get something with the legendaries, or they could just reveal the legendaries when they're talking about like the story or something inside of the video. Umbra here is saying a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon hopefully, and also a Pokemon Ranger game. It would actually be perfect for phones. That's actually really true. I mean, like, because in Pokemon Ranger, I never really played it that much, but I know you were supposed to like make a lot of circles and stuff to try to catch Pokemon, and that would be perfect on your touchscreen to just have like circles that you can make with your finger. That would be really cool to have actually. Soldier here is saying Gen 8 Starter Evolutions gameplay, cover legendaries, one of those. I think we're probably going to see the legendaries. It seems a little bit too early to get the Starter Evolutions. Weevil says maybe a new battle mechanic like what X and Y and Sun and Moon did with Mega Evolutions and Z moves. This also makes sense. I think there probably is going to be some new mechanic in the game. I did talk a little bit earlier about how there's like that blue and red thing that kind of looks like a Pokeball. So if there is going to be some new mechanic, maybe they could tease it or talk a little bit about it in this Direct. Kenneth here is saying, I think for sure we're going to get a box art reveal, probably the legendaries. We could also get a sneak peek at the gimmick for this generation, and some early route Pokemon like the Zigzagoon or the Pidove. I can pretty much agree with all of these. These all seem like they could probably happen. So yeah, good predictions. Adam here is saying, so for the Nintendo Direct, I feel that we will get info on the legendaries and we will get actual gameplay at the Treehouse event. This could very well happen as well. They could just give us like pictures of what the legendary Pokemon look like, but we'll actually get like gameplay and like see a lot of the stuff happen inside of the game actually at E3, like where they have a demo where they're actually playing the game. So I could very well see this happen. Grenaja here is saying, for the press conference, a new spin-off, release date for Sword and Shield, and then for the Direct, we're going to see first route Pokemon, box legendaries, gameplay features. This pretty much sounds perfect as well. I mean, spin-offs, like I said, they usually talk about those in conferences, so we could see that. Release date, they could definitely say it's coming, holiday this year. They could say it's coming November. They could give a full-fledged release date in tomorrow's press conference as well. And then for the Direct, I can definitely see them showing like the first introductory Pokemon, the legendaries, and then like gameplay features like the UI and stuff like that. Random here is saying the most likely thing will probably be showing the box legends and then maybe the common bug, rodent, and bird Pokemon. Also, they may show some gameplay mechanics and new features. And so yeah, it looks like all of you guys are hitting the nail on the head here with your predictions. It looks like we're all going to go into this with the same predictions, so that's good. I think that all of these are pretty likely to happen, so it's good that we all have the same predictions basically. Adam here is saying Johto Let's Go in the press conference. Honestly, that would be pretty cool if they showed Pokemon Let's Go Johto inside of the press conference. I actually enjoyed playing through Pokemon Let's Go, so it would be cool to get a Johto version, even though I know a lot of people probably wouldn't like it. I also think that it just wouldn't make sense to show it though, because they already have a big Pokemon game coming out this year, so having Let's Go like also being revealed just wouldn't make a lot of sense. Maybe they could say that it's like confirmed for development, but it's going to be coming out later. I don't know, I just don't think that it would make a lot of sense because they already have a big Pokemon game this year. But yeah, I think that Let's Go Johto would be pretty cool to have. And then finally, Flaming Turtwig here is saying, I think for the Direct, they will show off the regional bird and rodent, but I really hope that they can show off the second evolution to the starters, but I doubt that they will. It seems like they really like to wait a little bit until they show off the second evolutions for the starters. I think we can probably expect those in like September or October, but I definitely agree with you in the fact that they'll probably show off the regional bird and rodent. And so that's going to do it for all the Twitter responses. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I couldn't read all of them. We get so many of these and I can't make the video too long. But remember, if you ever want to be featured in videos like this, then just go and follow me on Twitter at @ActualAero. And so there you go guys, those are my predictions for the upcoming Pokemon press conference as well as the Pokemon Direct. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this. What are some of your predictions? What are some of your hopes that you would like to see from both of these events? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go and follow me on Twitter at @ActualAero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Xenoblade, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.